Nothing so
Hi
much. Everything.
everyone.
Hi, Praveen. Thanks for coming. Thanks. Welcome to this RX YouTube, and thanks for doing this.
It's my pleasure.
Cool. So, how's everything going in London? I hope you are living
Every
in London right now.
Currently I'm in London and everything seems to be amazingly perfect here. And it's extremely cold and it's extremely early morning right now. So it's very special for me because I just came here for you. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So it's at around 7 a.m. It is right now in London.
Yes, it is 7 a.m. right now. Yes, no,
Oh,
7:30 right now.
thanks for waking up early, so early for
No
us.
worries.
Cool. So, how's the IT culture in London? If you can explain, like,
It's so
IT.
amazing. Shall we do a quick introduction? You're like
Yeah, please.
extremely stressed out right now.
Yeah, please introduce. Please introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, my name is Praveen. I'm originally from Chennai, India, currently living and working in London as a director of engineering for one of the Fortune 50 companies in it's a fintech. And to give a small intro about me, I just give this one liner. My wife is JavaScript, my girlfriend is React JS. I'm a full stack developer and currently a director of engineering. That's my one liner. And it's amazing to be a part of this podcast by Sorex. Hey Mayank, go on.
Cool. I just wanted to know. Uh, suppose for my first question is why you chose CSC IT. Like you did your bachelor's degree as far as I know in Chennai, and then you moved to London for your pursuing your IT career. So what was the reason of that?
When I started in Chennai, it was I did my bachelor's in computer science and engineering. To say something, it's not about family pressure or peer pressure. From my age of 6, yes, you heard it right. From my second standard in school, I started and I developed an interest towards computer science and computers and everything. See, who doesn't like to play games, right? So that's when everything started, and I had my first ever computer from my grandma's house. Grandma and grandpa, they had their, so basically it's always fun to go to grandparents house, right? But for me it was extra fun because they had a computer. Basically it's like it's a huge family, so we have to, it's and also it's a huge spend as well. So they were the only people who had the ability to buy a computer, and it was then everything started because it started with a game. We can say, as everyone says, games are the one first thing for a kid, right? So I was just 6, and we how many of you here heard of the Dangerous Dave game? I'm also looking at the live stream chats, so we'll be able to answer them too. So that would be super cool. So be interactive in the chat. Yeah. So Dave game was an amazing game. I had to fight with my sister to get the best score, and then I usually flunk. I have been always the best. How should I say? I have always been a small, getting less scores than her, and this is always happening. So I thought like, okay, somehow I should win her by hook or crook. That's when I saw that there was my one of my mamas were like, he is a computer engineer, so he was telling me about this hex editor. Praveen, you don't understand anything in this thing, but still, you can edit files in the raw binary format. So basically, any games is like a problem solving thing. I have a problem with my sister, cousin sister, basically, but she is like getting always 10th level, and I don't get high scores, or I can't even cross the 7th level. That is how I was. And with that being said, I wanted to do somehow, some way, and then I kind of like, okay, fine, let's do it hook or crook. My uncle said this thing, and then I tried using the hex editor to edit the source code, the scores source code file, and that's when everything started. Oh wow, this is really amazing. This is more interesting than playing a game. So it started in my age of 6, and then I started with my looking into all the programming things, etc. Not exactly the C++ or C. Basically, there was one neighbor. I would really love to credit him every single time. It's just because of him I'm in this position. I will say he's Bhaskar uncle, and he was my neighbor in Chennai, and he used to show this amazing. What do you call this one? An encyclopedia. He all like an application using Visual Basic 6. He already did. And that gave me more ideas. Like I wanted to create such kind of a application, but it's kind of like a encyclopedia. I cannot compete with the World Book Encyclopedia or the New Millennium Encyclopedia. So these all things started during 2000 year. So at that point of time, we had this New Millennium Encyclopedia and other things. I chose a couple of articles to put it on this particular application, and now you understand, right, like how much I got involved in computer science at the age of like probably 10. So it was my sixth standard, so probably 10 or 11 years old I was. And then that's when everything changed for me. So I was like very much interested in computer science, programming, and other things. So that's how everything started for me.
Yeah, games are like life. I got my first computer, although too late. I think at the age of 18, around in my 12th standard.
Nice.
And
Hey, we have Anshul Sony in our chats. Anshul is a child prodigy. Hey man, how are you? Nice to meet you, sir.
so yeah, but games I started firstly with GTA San Andreas. It
Oh
was
my
like,
god. Have you ever put this MP3 and then keep on going on
yeah,
MP3 or something like that? Nice, right?
yeah. We used to uh, interfere with the internal files in the laptop. Put some songs also. When we sit in the car, the songs got played and
Exactly.
we enjoyed. So yeah, I
I'm
played
talking
it with
about the
my.
same MP3 thing.
Good. So can you share something like why London?
Okay, so I'm from a tier 27 college. Yes, you heard it right. Not tier 2 or tier 3 college. It's tier 27. And yeah, I mean, like, there is not much I could say about the. I don't want to, like, beat my college or something like that. So I thought of, like, okay, this is my college. This is what is there, etc., etc. Now, the problem that happened is I never dreamt of, like, I had a huge dream of going to Microsoft. Then came the Google era and stuff like that. Oh, to be honest, after I was born, or the moment I started using my computer, there was no Google for sure. Like it was not even a company back then in 1997, and that's when I got my first computer. Or probably even before that, it's not my first computer; it's my grandpa's computer. So. There was no Google. There was not even internet back then. Okay, so nothing to say about that. And I was working in a good, amazing, awesome company for beginners. It's not a, I mean, if you don't want to have any huge ambitions, or like you just need a job, or like you are good with a good and decent pay or something like that. I'm not sure if the pay is decent at this point. I'm not sure. And if you're okay with that kind of a lifestyle, yes, that company is great. It's one of like BCS, Gunfosses, or Backcenture, something like that. So that was one of my first companies, and it was good. I mean, I learned a lot in the first 6 months. After 3 years, like after that 6 months up to 3 years, the learning curve was very flat. I don't blame anything, but I learned a lot in the first 6 months, and the learning was not that good. And the next thing is about the work culture. I mean, it's typical Indian work culture, I would say, and it's almost like 10 years ago. So I don't know how it would be comparing to now. I have heard of like a lot of people. I talk with at least 50 to 60 people on a daily basis, and I used to hear a lot bad things about a lot toxic things about the work culture. I'm not talking particularly to any company. It's about the teams. So every single team has its work culture, right? So even if you're inside Google or Microsoft or TCS or Infosys, the team is what makes the work culture lovable or toxic. So thinking about that, it's your team that you need to blame, not the company. The companies all the companies have the set of rules. You should not torture the employees. But still, we had a really, really bad case with a huge accounting firm with a topper of the class. And I mean, we don't want to talk about that. So even those kind of things are happening. Considering all these things, I'm an average student. So if you take my mark sheets and all, it would be like what? Just pass, warning pass. And it kind of reflected the same way in my appraisals as well. Usually getting C, 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 etc. I mean, like I feel that this is a very mediocre life, and that's when during my first company in the 3 years tenure, in once I joined the company 2 years later, I get a huge loss. Like I lost an extremely close one, and then I felt like my life is like completely gone. Okay, that's it. This is my life. That's done. Yeah, no more life is there. It was like that for me, and pretty much later I saw that okay, there is not going to be anything. So let me take some risk, and obviously the company that I was working for, forget about promotion, forget about on-site, forget about everything. So nothing is going to happen. So it is something like people say, right? So you have to take care of your own. Like if you want an opportunity, you have to create your opportunity, something like that. And um, a lot of things happened at that time. I thought, okay, why don't I go for higher studies? That's when a lot of crazy things happened. First thing I thought, these people were planning to get me married. I literally don't want to get into that trap. So what I did is, okay, what is the main reason why these people are trying to get me married? Because of that personal loss. And second thing is, I have a good job. Okay, got it. Resign the paper, resign the job. I just put the papers. And then the moment my dad asked me, what are you going to do for Boa or food? That's when things struck me. Okay, why you won't you support me? And he was like, he was talking real practical things. He can support me for another 20 years or so. After that, what's going to happen? I was like, okay, something is wrong right now. I need to think something. So all these things happened like 10, just 10 or 11 years ago, and it's not long. And I thought, okay, I have always dreamt of going out of India to explore the work culture, education, etc. After having that huge personal loss and with some kind of toxic culture in my work, it's not. I wouldn't say toxic culture, but you know how freshers are treated. So that is one thing that I wanted to like avoid, or I don't want to go for studies at sorry, I don't want to go for work at this point. So what is the other way to explore? You need to also have some kind of a responsibility. At the same time, you want to also explore outside India. So that means the only option that I can take is a higher studies. But come this thing coming from a person who was not okay, it could be health reasons, it could be hygienic reasons, it could be financial reasons. But if I want to buy my favorite Ruffles lace back then, Ruffles lace pack, 10 rupees packet, I need to think at least 10 to 15 times before I ask my dad for 10 rupees. And then when I will be getting a 10 hours of lecture, and then I'll probably 80% I will not get, 20% I might get. Again, it is the care that my dad took on me. So that is one thing. So in that scenario, we also had the financial struggle as well. So, but he did a lot of things to me. So my dad usually complains that I have been portraying him in a different way, but he's one of the best dads. He's no one of the best dads. He's the best dad for me. So yeah, so he has done everything in for me for my life. Other than sometimes he could not do because of the financial crunch that we had. I'm from a middle class family, so we can't afford a lot of huge things. So no place for a lot of ambitious dreams, etc. I could say. But one thing struck hard for me. I asked my dad out. Was okay, dad. Everything is going bad for me. So why don't I go outside to pursue my higher studies? Fun part, my dad accepted. So the one thing which shocked me was when I asked for 10 rupees, he declines for other reasons. Let it be financial, let it be health wise. But the moment I said, this will cost me 10 lakhs, is it okay? He said, yes. I don't know how this parenting works, so I will never get it. Not gonna be an Indian parent, so it's completely
Mm,
out of everything. So this happened, and now comes the plan of choosing the right career path. So I'm talking about 2013. This is when the cloud computing era started. So if you see Gmail, it is cloud. You store everything on cloud. You want file sharing, it is on cloud. So I did my bachelor's in computer science and I worked for a software company for the first 3 years, learned a lot of things. So, computer science is my passion. Like everything is there. Like whatever you see is made of HTML and CSS. The way I interact is by JavaScript. So, to that level, this happened like almost 11 years ago or 12, 15 years ago, you can say. So, that is how I'm so passionate. And what happened then was choosing the college. First thing, you know about my credentials, about my college days or school days. Definitely I'm not gonna, I'll be flunking if I'm writing any kind of exams or something like that. And Mayank, I'm gonna mute you for a while because or mute yourself, there is a lot of noise coming in. Just yeah. So what happened here was I need to find a college that will accept me with my crappy marks. I just had got just past 40% or something like that. And along with that, I have to also prove that I'm good and I cannot, if I write any entrance exams, GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, definitely I'll fail. My English, probably decent English right now. This was not even 10% back in 2010, 2011 or something like that. So thinking about that, okay, my communication skills are like completely bad. So all these things will a college in the US or UK or Australia, Germany, Switzerland, France, Ireland, Mexico, Canada, anywhere. Do you think a college accepts me? I don't think so. So at that point of time, I have been like looking at like what all things that I can do. So this is the context, and I don't want to write GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, anything, because I'm sure that I'll fail. So thinking about all these things, there were a couple of British universities. They offered to Indian students, you don't need to study, like you don't need to not study, sorry, you don't need to write any entrance examinations. So for those people who are in the live, oh, I thought there was a question here. I couldn't find it. Hey, Srinidhi. Yeah. So I thought I definitely need some kind of amazing way to get past the degree, like the entrance examination part. So British universities, they said like if you're from India, you're an Indian student from a couple of universities, where Anna University is also one of them. I am one of the affiliate. I studied in one of the affiliates of the Anna University, Chennai. So if you're from Anna University degree holder, then you don't need any entrance examinations at all. All you need to do is prove your English language by sending your mark sheet and then pay the initial deposit so that we will give a confirmation of acceptance of studies. That's how we will get into a UK university. So this happened, and then started my thoughts of okay, it's gonna be UK, London. Then there are like the only city I know in UK is London, probably Manchester, because of the sports kind of thing. People will get to know that there is Manchester, there is Scotland detectives, Scotland Yard. That's all I know. Nothing else I know. So Scotland is a country, Manchester is a city, London is the capital city. So that's all I know about UK. And this thing came in. One of my school, not school or college seniors, he is also, I did a internship in his company. I proved that I'm really passionate about all these things. So I was doing it during my college days, right? So he said, don't go to this BCS, Gunfosys or Zipro. Come with me or come and study in the UK and stuff like that. I faintly remember those things. And he said, like these kind of companies will not work out for you. For some reason, it worked out for me. That's a different story. Okay. And what happened was I got reminded of this in 2013. I just called up, his name is Vishnu. And Vishnu, this is what happened. And I think you said right things back then. I wanted to study. Is it possible right now? I have got like 3 years of work experience right now, and pretty much I don't want to write any entrance examinations because I'm scared of entrance examinations. To be honest, right now I hold a permanent residence in the UK. For that, I have to write a life in the UK test. I was like, the fear in me made me write that exam 2 days before my visa expired. That is, if I did not write on that 2 days before that day, I would have expelled from the UK and completely banned. I cannot come back to UK, something like that for my lifetime. So that's the fear I had about exams, the entrance examinations. It is completely opposite for my interviews. So if there is an interview, I will crack it. That's a different story. I don't know why, how, but this is how I work. I don't know why. And what happened was, I spoke to this person Vishnu, and he said like, okay, you don't need to write any entrance examinations. Just tell me what is your English mark in 12th standard. Local English mark, yes. 75%. Oh, great. You have got more than 70. 12th and 10th, both are 70 plus. I believe a lot of people who are actually watching the stream, you would be having English marks more than 95, right? True, right. Okay, awesome. So this kind of like happened. And what exactly happened then was, okay, Praveen, you got more than 70%. We will give you 3.5 lakhs worth of scholarship. So the whole thing was around like 14 lakhs or something. On top of it, I'm getting 3.5 lakhs of scholarship. I mean, for a person who cannot spend even 10 rupees, 3.5 lakhs of discount is like huge. I was like, okay, what should I do next? Yeah, pay the fees. Just come. This is your unconditional offer letter. So there is a conditional offer letter, unconditional offer letter. So unconditional offer letter will be given for those people who are, that's it. You just pay, come, study. That's all. Okay. And then I got the CAS after paying the fees. This video is like going like how to study in the UK, steps of studying in the UK, but okay, I'll limit it. Okay. So paid the fees, got the visa. Like my dad was like so interested in applying, putting the flight tickets. I was like so scared. Will I even get the visa? And before that, I spoke to a stranger who was like, I just met him in Facebook. His name is Annamalai. He has also played a huge role in my life. So my dad was like extremely cautious about me. He was planning to set up that, what do you call this, hostels and other things. I told him, don't do anything for me. I'll take care of myself. My dad was like, okay, you go experience yourself. If you get hit hard, then you will understand, or something like that. He was thinking in that way, or probably he wanted me to survive on my own. But at the same time, he was taking so much care, which I thought it was like he is overdoing himself because it's going to affect me. He was extremely spoon feeding me. So I told him, even though it was very harsh, I told him to stop. And then that guy, he said like, bring all the things that you want to the UK. So the university was University of Leicester, and it is like in the Madhya Pradesh of UK. And these people, this guy, I just met him, Annamalai. He was just one semester senior to me. He's like 1 day elder to me, 1 day elder to me, and one semester senior to me. So he came in January 2013. I am about to come in September 2013. I spoke a lot to him. He was like very trustworthy the day I spoke. And he said like just one thing, bring all the things that you think you want for yourself. Other than that, you don't need anything. You will get a lot of things here. Leicester is almost like similar to India. So all the things that I want, I need a friend. I went and spoke to my friend who got connected to me in my college. He's from EEE department. I'm from CSE department, computer science and electrical engineering. He's in electrical engineering. I'm from computer science. I spoke to him. So this is this thing. You can go to UK. UK, £1 is 100 rupees. We can earn a lot. We will study a lot. It will be amazing. That's all I said. He got convinced. He convinced and confused two more people. So this became really nice. And at the end, only myself and that guy, one guy, got convinced, and we started our journey. My dad was booking tickets for everyone in spite of not getting visas and all. I was just like, okay, holding hands. And then finally I got the visa. Then went to the UK, started studying. It was completely a different experience. And the only sad part was, this is not anything more than India. So I was there in India for almost 22 years, let's say. And 22 years I came here. It was like literally nothing, no difference. It's India, India, India. Half the signboards are in Tamil. Like, dude, Chennai person, Tamil boards in a small city, small town in UK. That's crazy. I never been to London. Just remember. So until 2019, I have not touched London at all. From 2019, it's London. It's my own home, etc. But so until then, there is nothing like that. But a small city has they recognize that Tamil is an already there is Hindi, Gujarati, and all is there. It's everywhere there. But Tamil, that's like so shocking to me. I was like so feeling happy, and then the way people, the lecturers, the way they treated us people because they are also immigrants. So there is one Indian who kind of like never goes along with Indians, so I was fortunate to not get that staff, but others were Germans, most probably German professors, and they were like so close to the students. They helped them. So that's how I chose the UK. Like, so thinking about all these things, dude, I chose the right thing. So this is my destiny, and everything was good.
Cool. So you said that you were about to getting married. Your family was getting you married before you came to UK. So what is the thing you are reluctant about to getting married? Are you married now?
Uh, Wrong question. Pass. So see, basically, if you get married, you will lose your. Dude, am I happy or sad? Am I
You're
excited or
happy.
like, disappointed? Right. So
Yeah.
this thing will. Okay, I had the strong feeling when I was a kid. If I get married, everything will go. Which seems to be true. Looking at all the movies and all my friends who are getting married. Yeah, I'm staying away from the topic. I'm staying away
They,
from all
they,
these.
they're
So
losing everything.
yeah,
So,
they're
so
losing the freedom. So that's the main thing. I thought, okay, let me not. And another thing is like I've been extremely public in the past couple of years. So we know when it comes to India, technology, interviews, DSA comes. If DSA comes, the next person coming in mind is Kunal Kushwaha. So see how public he is. So I'm like not even 1% or 2% of the same kind of thing I'm here, but already I have been receiving a lot of hatred, threat calls, etc. I don't want to get my family involved in it. So no private family talks. So I'm not telling anything about that. And also, yeah, so looking at all the movies, looking at all my friends' experiences and other things, I felt no, this is not for me. And then I'm like scared about that.
but what about your parents' concern? That how will you
Pressure
do
is
your
extreme.
food?
Dude, leave the marriage part. They're saying, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? When are you coming back? I'm like, see, I'm a front end developer. As I mentioned, my wife is JavaScript, my girlfriend is React.js. If I say the same thing in front of a HR in India, they'll say like, first thing they will reject me outright. I mean, you're not professional, go to hell. Okay, thank you. Fine. You lost the person who actually contributed to the React.js source code, which you are using and making millions with the code that I wrote. I cannot take the complete, what should I say, complete credits because obviously React
Yeah.
is maintained by like 10,000, twenty
Al-
thousand people worldwide, and then it's making millions for all the big companies. But still, so that's what the HRs will say. And secondly, when it comes to front end developer, you work with HTML and CSS and all those small play toy stuff, right? Stay away. 10,000 rupees we will give for 1 year of work. These people, big people, data analyst, engineers, back end people will work first there. Then after they are working, you just come, do your magic and cram away. That's how front end developers are treated. This happened. The reason why I'm saying this is even last week I was talking to one of the so I run a women in tech community. It's called Cats and Tech. And there was one person, she was like literally blasting about like the work culture for front end developers. And it is not false because even though she is from another state in North India, in even in South India, even in Chennai, when I tried to talk to, obviously the pressure is there, na, come back to India. I started talking to a couple of companies. They were like still saying the same story. Front end, no, just sit there like 10,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees. Okay. No, not thinking about. So even if I put, I'm very passionate on food. I'm a vegetarian. I started cooking, so I'm really passionate on food. If I put a idli shop in Oxford Circus right now, per day I can earn at least 2 lakhs. Per day, 2 lakhs. Think about 30 days. And then think about, okay, I'll pay the taxes as well. Let's say highest form of tax in the UK is 45%. 40, like, I guess 40% or 45%. I never touched that. That's a different story. Even if I put 45% for 2 lakhs per day, I would say like what? Even if I get 50,000 rupees per day in my bank account, good na 30 days, 50,000 rupees into 30 days, it's like huge money. So fine, even idli shop is better than IT job. So, and recently I came to India this year in January. I will be coming again as well. But looking at the way India has developed, I'm scared of like spending there. I feel London is cheaper than Indian street food now. I'm just thinking those freshers who start with IT job. I know that there is a difference between skill based job and labor based job. IT is a skill based job. You will start very less. You will get lesser than a roti master, and then but within 5 years the roti master will get the same money or like a bit higher, but you would be exponentially higher. But I'm not sure how it is in India at this point. So people have to say, but this is the kind of path that if you take a skill based job, your initial earnings will be extremely small, but later you will be getting a really high salary. So thinking about all these things, I forgot my question. What was the question again?
Yeah, so my question was in the starting, I asked that can you share in like you are living alone in London right now?
Yes.
So is there any worst experience till now? It's been a long time.
There are like lots. Yeah. So, So being alone in a foreign country, and if you want to manage everything, it is definitely, it takes your a huge toll on your mental health mainly. So that is one of the main things that I had a fear. But I have this Sorex community. We have code in blogs. Hey Anshul, are you still there? Are you watching this? And then we have Starring from Innovact community. There are like so many tech communities, and my own Cats and Tech. I don't know how many people are here from Cats and Tech. I couldn't see any live chat. Oh, for some reason, no live chat is coming. And how many people are watching right now? Okay, just 7 people. Okay, cool. Anyway, so these people, including you and other people, they are actually taking care of my mental health. So when I start talking about things and stuff like that, yes, I'm happy that way. But otherwise, definitely for an average South Indian Tamil guy, it's gonna be Margaya time for this one, because obviously you can't handle the loneliness and pressure. Not exactly pressure, the pressure due to the peer pressure from home, like come back home, get married, what is your marks, did you get a good salary, did you, like these questions from relatives. It is extremely hard to manage if you don't have a sane mind with all these things. Now I'm talking to my dad occasionally, and then I have to talk to my relatives soon. So when I come to India, that's it. The whole, every single thing will be choreographed. Praveen, go to this person house. Praveen, go to this. Who is this person? Oh, he came to my birthday. Okay, when I was born, he was the one who took my. Yeah, okay, fine. Hi, I'm now so many years old. So
Yeah,
I don't.
that's what I'm talking about, like living alone. So talking about companionship, talking about your parents' concern on food, and
I told
occasionally
you I'm
a
a
person.
vegetarian. So
No.
yeah, go on, go on.
Who will cook for you, and occasionally when the person gets ill, uh,
I
non-healthy,
have to
right?
seriously think about these things now.
It may happen as you grow
Old.
old.
Yes, that
It
is
may
true.
happen
I'm young. I
frequently.
don't care at this point, so I'm fine.
At this point, you don't care, maybe, but at this point, you may get ill in 1 or 2 times per year. But yeah, as the age grows,
Exactly.
it may happen frequent. You may have 1 or 2 chronic diseases, maybe.
I don't
I
want to
hope that,
bad bitch about NHS, but it is bad. Indian health
yeah,
system is better than the British health system, but still okay, fine. Yeah. So, but
like,
here
but
everything is free. So if you wanna get a major surgery, or if you got a big cut in your hand, like this much big cut, and then you're bleeding profusely, every single damn thing is free here. And there are no private hospitals, which is actually a good part. But at the same time, the bad thing is everyone is using the same hospital. So the wait times are extremely high. If you're extremely emergency, like you're gonna die, that's when they will treat you or something like that. NHS staff, you're amazing. So no, not blaming you, but it's just that the amount of traffic that you're trying to handle is high. So something should happen, something better should happen.
NHS is a hospital in London.
National Health Service. It is the only hospitals chains in London. So if you call the ambulance, it comes from NHS. If you want to go to a doctor, it would be inside NHS. If you want to get admitted, NHS. It's National Health Service. It's almost like government hospital in our.
All
So
the
we have
medicines.
every medicines. There is a prescription charge, or most of the medicines are free. All the health things, like when a doctor meets you, and even if you go 100 doctors, everything is free. It's we already pay. We have this national insurance and stuff like that, so it's all covered. Eyes are not covered, teeth are not covered. So it's the same thing in India as well. The only difference is we have government hospitals. There is Apollo Hospital, KHM Hospital, etc. But here there is only NHS based hospitals. It is called Royal Infirmary, that is the accident and emergency, and then other hospitals, general practitioner surgeries, GP surgeries. So your doctor, you have a doctor assigned once you come to the UK. So your doctor is called as GP or general practitioner.
Cool. So we are talking about London. So I would try to cover one, two more questions on this topic. Then we would move on to IT. It's getting like a kind of foreign Indian podcast.
Yes.
But yeah, what was the story behind buying a house in London? Like,
Okay. What is the peer pressure from relatives that you will get once you cross a certain age? Buy something. What would be it? Three things.
house, car.
Okay, that's it. All I needed was these two things, and get married, right? Okay, so buy a car. In London, you have excellent public transport all the time. 5 minutes delay, everything will be perfect. So in that case, why should I buy a car? And another thing, if you buy a car here, you have to first spend the capital expenses. You need to spend like what, 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs to get a car first. Number one. Second thing, maintenance. You have to maintain. There are like hundreds other bills that you need to pay monthly, monthly MOT, monthly maintenance, monthly insurance, monthly that this. London doesn't have parking, so parking you need to pay for every month. 5,000, 10,000 you might need to pay. So if you don't buy a car, nothing is there. Like all these things can be avoided. But again, why do you want to buy a car? To travel, right? Like traveling, you have all the amazing facilities. If you take a car and then go through the London roads, the maximum speed here is 20 kilometer per hour. Check everywhere. 20 kmph is your maximum speed inside the city limits. So getting a car is useless completely. You have buses, you have gone
What is the speed on highway?
60. That's all. So that's how it is. But there are certain roads where there is no speed limits, but I'm not sure. And after coming to London or after coming to the UK for the past 11 years, I never traveled outside. If I want to travel outside, like a perfect use case of a car to own, I did not get it. If I need to go for any holidays or something like that, there are like so many tour agencies, they give an offer a cheaper rate. So obviously if you take a car, it would be cheaper, but more or less it comes to the same price because you need to pay for the parking, you need to find a parking place, etc. That will be a headache plus money. Thinking about all these things in a monetary value and comparing with what, let's say, Praveen Tours offers you or something like that, yes, obviously this is like I'm paying 1,000 rupees extra. When I'm getting a salary of like more than 2 lakhs, 1,000 rupees extra for a holiday doesn't make much difference. So that's exactly what I think in this way. So buying a car, not at all useful. Buying a house, I don't want to. So you are paying rent for a house, right? basically what it is, someone else mortgage. For all those people who are looking at, listen clearly. If you're coming to another country, as quick as possible. I took 10 years to get a house here. Okay. So as quick as possible, within 2 years or 3 years, once you get a decent salary, and if you can put a down payment, please go for a homes loan or mortgage and get a home yourself, because you don't want to pay other person's loan. I do understand that everyone has got a financial issue and financial capability. Think about that as quick as so. Let me tell you this way. I have been here for 11 years. 1 year I have got my own house. So 10 years I have been paying rent. Average rent, let's for easy calculation, let's say 1 lakh per month. I have been in more than 1 lakh per month, less than 1 lakh per month as well. So average we will take as 1 lakh per month. 10 years, 120 months. How much did I spend out? 120 lakhs, 1.2 crores. It's not that much. We can reduce it to 1 crore or something like that. 1 crore I have spent as a student, as a professional person, not getting money from my dad or anything. I earned it and paid it for rent and other things. So 1 crore I paid my rent. Next month, the house owner of my current place comes and says, Praveen, get out. I am homeless. I'm a hobo. 1 crore gone into drain, right? So I don't want that to happen. If I had bought a house, I pay the same 1 crore for the deposit. Obviously, I won't have that much if I have not stayed. That's a different story. But I'm able to save a lot. So 1 crore I put as a deposit, and then I buy a house. No one can ask me to go out, and it's my home. Even if this is not the place I should live, I have to go away. I can sell this house. I will get back the money that I spent.
All the money.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like
that-
I could get
that-
much better, right? So on 2013, if a house price is like one crore, 2014 it would be at least 1.2 crores. Correct? Always an appreciating asset, right? Something like that.
Even if the loan amounts are pending, you can sell it.
That's a different thing, but still, if this house needs to be sold, you can sell it off the house. Like let's say 1 crore, this is the house. I got loan for 50 lakhs. I'm still paying the loan. There is still 35 lakhs left for the house to loan to finish. I found a prospective buyer. There is some buying and selling clauses. I cannot sell the house for the next 5 years or something like that, and all is there by the loan company. I cannot rent it out till the 5 years, etc. Those things are there. Let's say for some emergency, I have to sell it. So instead of selling it for 1 crore, I would sell it for 1.5 crores, right? So I would be getting 1.5 crores first for me. Now, what is the loan amount I have to pay? 35 lakhs. 1.2 crores profit only now.
Yeah.
Simple math, I did not know back then, but always this is a huge investment. It's huge, extremely huge lifetime investment. At the same time, you have to find the right location, safe place. See, I'm a YouTuber. I need to have a completely safe thing, like no noisy thing, and stuff like that. So to get that, it is tough. That is the only thing. You have to find the right house. We don't know what would be the right house. At this point, I believe that this is this is good. The best house I have got and stuff like that.
The next thing which I would like to ask is, you did your bachelor's from India.
Yep.
Then you did your master's from UK.
Yes.
Can you tell us some key differences in the education system?
Okay, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be generic in these terms because I really don't want to backbitch about my college or anything. There are like a lot of engineering colleges at this point. I did my computer science and engineering in India, and I have seen a lot of professors. Not everyone, a lot are not really qualified. I spoke to them. They don't even know what is the full form of MP4 when that professor is taking media and something related to computer graphics and media. MPEG Layer 4. What is the full form of MPEG? Motion Pictures Expert Group. A kid knows it now. Those professors are not known. So that's the first thing that I feel bad. Second thing, Indian education system. I don't know why there will be hundreds of bucks will come and say like you are anti-Indian, anti-Indian, day, amblada, orangada. Okay, if just think this way, there are like 200 people in a class. They are being taught the same thing. Okay, if you are asking me what is the solution, I don't have a solution at this point. But still, this is a problem. 200 people uniformly being taught something, how many people will get impacted? Probably 60%, 70%. What about me? I would be in that less rest 30%. I don't like DSA. I never did DSA in my life or something like that. And probably I might know DSA, which I don't know that I know DSA. That's a different story. But let's say I'm doing my computer science and engineering in the UG. There is this seventh semester in Anna University where you have a paper called degree stopping paper. I'm sorry, digital signal processing, also known as degree stopping paper. The pass percentage in that paper is extremely less. So why do we have this kind of a generic system? We have to, there is a problem. Definitely there is some problem that needs to be rectified. Government of India, please do something. That's it. Education department, do something. That's all. I'm not blaming anyone. I know India is like number one in population now. There is some huge problem there. We can't help. I understand. So something has to change. Please do the needful. So that is the second problem. Everyone is getting the same education, irrespective of individuals' talents. So first thing, individuals' talent is getting ignored. Second thing, I want to do something specific. I want to concentrate on this. I'm not getting that. So these are the problems. And this one. Third thing, why are you coming to the university, college, classroom to learn something new? Professor, I have a question. Praveen, shut up and sit down. Second thing, Professor, I think that if condition you have put semicolon, it should be, if you have put colon, it should be semicolon, right? This is technically a syntax error, right? I'm not sure. Can you please let me know? Praveen, you're talking too much. Get out. Personal experience. Not naming the college, not naming the professor. Personal experience. It was a Java class. It was a J2EE class. And I even spoke with the professor. He was being like, I'm sorry, Praveen, 10 years ago, I was also new. So this is a problem. The professors are not every professor are able to handle the students in the best way possible. I have been to different universities, different colleges in the same region, given lecturers. I have seen the professors. There are like more or less, almost like lot of good people are there, lot of little bit bad people are there, and we can't even blame them. It is their situation. So at this point of time, I'm in certain place. My friend could be in a higher place who just studied with me, who has got less marks, but now in a better position. So who to be blamed? It's my capability, incapability, or something like that. It could be the same thing. You cannot blame literally me. Praveen, it is because of you. It is because of me, but there is nothing that I can do. Praveen is Praveen. You can't expect more. Something like that. That is the same thing with the professors as well. So this has to change. I don't know what can be the solution for this. I recently heard a lot of fake degree professors are there. So doctor fake, other fake they're also there. So this is the scenario, the bad scenarios. There were a lot of good things happened in the colleges. Okay, there's one more biggest bad thing. I was not able to communicate in a professional world when I started my first company because my team leader and the co-worker is a lady. And you know how it is in Indian engineering colleges in South India, specifically in Chennai. No girls, boys talking, no mobile phones are allowed. I mean, think about all these crazy rules. No t-shirts or jeans or no casuals, basically. You should come in business formals. You cannot talk to the other gender. So you're in, like, basically you're getting cut from the communication side of things. You can't fully communicate. So that needs to change. I believe there is a change happening, and no mobile phone usage. Dude, every single thing is coming in internet. So the university professors have to be equipped with a better, much better way of doing things. I have seen a lot of new YouTube channels coming up. Like, for example, there is Let's Make Education Simple, Let's Make Engineering Simple, and LMES. They are doing like an absolute work. So if I had been, when I was in my college, school, and this channel was there, I would have been probably hitting Elon Musk, saying like, "Bro, you're doing all the things in a wrong way. Make sure your attitude is right." I even now I would say that, but it took me like what this year to say. I would have said that in like 15 years ago when I was in a school going time. So the priority that is given in the education system in India probably can be better, can be changed. When I was
I hope this is not right now. This the opposite gender communication is happening right now also in
I know
Chennai, or it was 10 years back.
now, even now it is
Right
happening
now
in
in
most of the country.
2024,
In
boys can't.
2024, September, August, new students would have come, right? It's happening right now. JPR
Boys
Institute.
can't communicate with girls.
Yeah.
It's 2024, bro.
I even said the name of the one of the groups where it is still prevailing. Unfortunately, yeah, these people have to go through that.
Shut down the college.
You can't. It's not possible.
Who is taking admission, bro?
We are getting filled extremely. Again, peer pressure. Son has to be an engineer, daughter has to be a doctor, those kind of things.
But
Other
aren't
than
there,
that, everyone is like bakwas. That's what people say. Like all the other.
aren't there other colleges who allow these things? At least mobile usage or boys girls communication.
Come to Chennai.
all colleges are like that.
Not all colleges. Most of them are like that. Only a few are really taking the practical approach, but most of them are institutional.
Sad.
The reason why I'm saying this is I did a fact check yesterday to tell this part, because obviously when it comes to colleges, we are talking about all these things. So when it comes to the colleges, obviously this question will come. So I spoke to almost 27 engineering colleges in Chennai. Out of that, 26 of them have this rule. On paper.
Sad. Sad.
I don't want to
And
say
what about the education in London? How was the experience?
I would say in Leicester, London is also great. London is amazing. So in Leicester, the professors were extremely cautious about, like, there will be only 12 people in the class, in one particular class, in any particular class. So the interaction between a professor and the student will be very nice. And another problem that I faced initially was I used to count number of slides per minute the professor takes. That speed they will take. And I spoke to it's the third day, and the professor came to me and said like, "Hey Praveen, you have been always like interestingly noting things down. So what exactly are you noting things down? Am I doing it well?" The professor was asking. He is the head of MSc admissions. He's extremely huge position. He was coming to me and like to an Indian student, immigrant student. He comes to me and asks, "How am I performing?" And I said like, "Okay, what have you been doing all these days?" I said, "Professor, this is my fifth class with you. I have seen that you have increased the speed of slides from 10 slides per minute to 15 slides per minute. Basically, from first class, I couldn't understand anything. The speed at which you are talking, my English, no English. My English, no English. Your English, awesome English. That is my English back then." It was a tight slap for him, basically. Like I spoke in a normal way. I did not understand professor. I couldn't, but he took it like very seriously. Next day, 4 slides per minute, 3 slides per minute, 1 slide per minute, and asking me questions. Praveen, you explain, what did I say? Did you understand? Are you all right? Like, are you all right? Hey, yara ningala doctors ada. Like, who will ask, "Are you all right?" Doctors will ask. Only when we come there as a patient, these people were asking, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" That was another culture shock. Then I came to know, like, when I meet another fellow Tamilian, I will ask, "Nalla irkingla? Are you okay?" Like, literally, "Are you okay?" So that is exactly "Are you all right?" in the UK. So basically, whatever we speak, they are doing the same thing. We ask, "How are you?" These people ask, "Are you all right?" London, the city, other than outside London city, everything is okay. Inside London, they'll say, "Are you all right?" That's it. They will go away. Hey, Yarani, why did you even come and ask me? So that is another cultural shock. So coming to the education side of things, this is one of the good things. Second thing, I told you about the way one of the professor treated me when I asked for a question. Praveen, shut up and sit down. Second question, Praveen, shut up and get out. Okay. In UK, there was this professor. He's a German professor. I can even name him, Thomas Erlebach. He's amazing professor. He took cloud computing for me. He was my pre-tutor, a professor that is attached to a student even before the student joins the university. So he was my pre-tutor and my personal tutor. Personal tutor is one, any problem, missing mummy, or I don't understand the subject, or college, I don't understand anything, or this is what I should do. What should I do better to get better marks? Anything that you want to talk about the college, personal tutor is the right person. Then project supervisor. Final year dissertation project. Final year project is called dissertation here. So whatever you want to do for that, there should be a supervisor, no? Project supervisor. All 3% is this person. The project supervisor part, I really literally went to him and said, you have to be my project supervisor to take up my project. Then he accepted. Dramas, right? Like if you are taking me the class, I will come to the class, or else I'm not coming to the class, kind of thing. So all these things happened, and then he's also fine with it. We started working together and all, and this is what happened basically, and everyone was happy. I started with him. The way he treated me was, so if I talk to you in Tamil, do you understand? No.
No.
So if I tell like one huge sentence, you have like no clue, right? Similarly, I'm a PHP person back then. I worked with PHP, the WordPress kind of thing now. Though not WordPress, but I wrote code in PHP. My final year dissertation, final year project, he is the one project supervisor. Tomorrow, it is already midnight, 11 o'clock here. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., I have a meeting with him to tell what is the progress, to show a demo. Demo not working, output not verified. Typical engineering student problem. I was like saying, okay, it is not good to call him or like talk to him, but emailing will not be a problem. I wrote every single damn thing that I can write. Problem, this is what I wanted to show. This is what is happening. I still have 11 hours. I am not going to sleep. Before 10 a.m. when I meet you, I'll show you the work. It will be working. That is, I have the confidence. I'm very passionate. Started working. To 1:57 a.m. midnight, 80-year-old professor who doesn't know anything about PHP, a Java person, he went into all the docs. He went into all my email, whatever I said, sent me an email saying like, Praveen, you did this, but it is available. I don't know PHP, but I think it is available in new version. You probably using old version. I don't know, but do you think this code or this thing fixes? He gave me a fix. He gave me why it is not working. Without knowing anything about that, I have been working on it for almost 5 years. He worked only for 5 minutes. He gave me entire answer. Should I not be indebted to him? That's the system here. Number one. Second thing, I got into a big company, a big car manufacturing company at the end of the moment in the technology division, obviously, front end developer. End of the moment, they kind of like rejected me because I'm from India. A German professor who he took it seriously and wanted to sue that company for an Indian immigration student in the British land. Second thing. The third thing is this professor, Thomas Erlebach, Project Viva, the last final day. He was like grilling me with the questions. I was like lost hope that I would get the degree. 7 days later, or maybe 10 days later, I used to like talk to him. Will I get a good mark or something like that? Please, it's my life, etc., etc. You know, the typical greasing thing and other things. At the end of the 10th day, by software bugs, instead of while getting the undergraduate students marks, postgraduate students marks got released as well. I was looking at it, everything was 74 in the project, which means I got a distinction. I did not believe, like the day after that Viva, I was going home crying, like, "Ayo, everything is gone. I did not do well, etc." But basically, he gave me distinction marks. He did not say anything. When I went and confronted him, "Professor, why did you do this? You gave me a
Mm,
distinction and you made me cry every day." He was saying like,
mm.
"Only you can prank. I can also prank." 97 years old. He's definitely not an old person. He's gold. So these are the three things that I wanted to say. If I have all the money in the world,
Mm,
I want to put a platinum statue in front of, like, you have seen Bahubali, right?
No,
That
I haven't
statue.
seen.
No, you haven't seen. So like the Bahubali statue, I wanted to create a huge statue out of platinum, diamond, everything for this professor. That's the way he treated me. And yeah, I lost my mom. I have my dad somewhere 6,000 miles away. There will be a homesick thing and stuff like that. He made sure I was not homesick.
Mhm.
So this happened.
Okay, so next thing I would like to talk is you talked about you contributed to React JS, although you said
Let's
that
quickly chat.
10,000.
Let's quickly take the chat questions. There were a couple of things. Yeah. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Anshul said, like, by the way, how much did you purchase your house in the UK? How much is your cost? And what is your location? எதுக்குடா பணகம் வைக்க போறியாடா? Just go check out this site called rightmove.co.uk and you will get the details about how much the cost will be there basically. And I don't want to tell it in public. Probably give me a call, I'll say.
Mhm.
Raghavendra, thank you. There is another question. Are you living alone in the house? Yes. Samriddhi Bansal, what is the strategy for front-end developer from first year? Amazing question. There is something called as roadmap.sh. We will also talk about this in detail. There is something called as roadmap.sh. Go there. You have lots of things to go through so that you can see. That is the good way to start with. Okay, cool. Over to you, Mike.
Yeah, so I was asking that you contributed open source to React JS, although 10,000 developers you are saying that contributed. Tell me, firstly, obviously, students see benefit in doing everything. What was the reason? What was your benefit contributing to that? Like,
My only thing, see, more than benefit, I love doing it. If you, so what is the benefit for you in playing a game that you love?
enjoy. I don't take.
Enjoyment,
I will not
happiness.
take it. I will not take it
Okay,
as work.
it does not work for me either. So tomorrow I have to go to the office, right? I don't see it as a work, like tomorrow in the sense Monday. So Monday I go first thing, like I will be more excited because I love working there in my current company and I like my boss a lot, the way she treats. Basically, I have to be good for her to treat me good. That's a different story, but still, overall work culture is amazing. So I don't see these things as work. So even though React JS, if I tell something like, okay, I'm extremely passionate about React JS, React has got this components, hooks, etc. Praveen, why are you talking about work? This is what 90% of people will say. But this is actually close to my heart. Even if I'm not getting paid, I'll do that. Something like that. That is how I see things. And oh, nice. I'm also getting paid, which is great. So this is how I see the work. So it is not work really. It is something like an enjoyment for me. I love working on these things. And along with that, I'm getting a salary. That's how I see.
Talking about work culture in London, can you explain this? Like, I think we talked about you worked in 3 4 companies in London.
I worked like this is my 29th company in paper.
Okay.
I'm a front end developer. 3 months, go away. Next company. 3 months, next company. It goes this way.
Why? Isn't it like? Isn't it mentioned in the resume that you worked in only 3 months?
Uh, it won't come out because, like, for example, if you take companies like TCS, Infosys, Accenture, Wipro, they are outsourcing companies. They are, if you, it's not service based companies is a bad word nowadays in India, but actually you will get a lot of ideas and experience in that. The reason is, when you go on a service based company, you're not working for, let's say if you go to TCS, you're not working for TCS. You might end up working for Meta or Google or any of the fan companies through TCS. Just go check out how many Google employees are from TCS who are working, who are contracted to Google via TCS. There will be like most. And if you take TCS as an example, you have our Indian passport service given to TCS, I believe. I'm not sure, but when I got my passport, it was actually by TCS processes. So that was really inspiring, and like a company that I started with, it's like amazing. So they are doing all these things. Don't say bad on service based companies. You will be ending up, the people you'll be having a perfect ID card from Meta. You'll be like, there is no difference between you and a real employee. The only difference will be like in the benefits or something like that. But you're obviously a Meta employee. You are working for Facebook through TCS, something like that. That's how the thing is. Sorry, what was your question?
Yeah, I was asking you to share your experience of working in IT companies in London. You have
So,
worked in a lot.
yeah, so at this point of time, I would say these like I want to quote two incidents, and definitely it is not depicting their official policy, the company's policy or something like that. It happened to me personally, and I was working for this big British bank, and then the head of the, like, my boss there was a Nigerian lady from the UK. She's also working inside the UK, and I'm also working inside the UK. And two incidents. One incident was, I had a I was watching a new movie, Indian movie, Tamil movie that was released a couple of days ago, and I really wanted to watch that movie for the heroine. The screen time of the heroine was 3 minutes in the whole entire 3 hour movie. I was like literally disappointed because I'm a huge fan of her. I wanted to see her on the big screen or something like that. But in but at last, what happened was, the director killed the heroine in the initial phases. So I was like disappointed. This was the scenario. The next day I come, I was visibly disappointed, but I'm obviously, I have to work for my work, right? So I was working in a like less mood way or something like that. My manager understood that. So she was like calling me and asking, Praveen, is everything okay? What happened? You're kind of dull. I explained the whole thing. Watched the movie, disappointed. So I'm dull. It's okay. Leave home, apply for holiday, like apply for sick leave or something, or like don't even apply leave. Just we'll talk it tomorrow. Just go home. I saw a video. I was disappointed. That's it. Nothing else. I'm perfectly fine. I'm working today. So this is what was the work culture. It is the same work culture in until now. There are so many people who misuses the work culture, but it was good for me because I have been like, I'm always passionate on coming to the office, so not a problem. Again, coming to the office in the sense working the in the office, and we have like the current company has got like 2 days work from office. Other than that, everything is fine. Like previous companies, sometimes I was vice president of engineering in JP Morgan Chase, and that time it was like 4 days in office. It was a bit tough, but before that it was like completely work from home. So things like that. That's the culture in the UK, and things are like, when you don't find it difficult to approach your seniors or someone, and then you want to ask a question or something, that is completely fine here. Whereas in India, I guess it's still a problem. Like people hesitate to ask something or something like that. So that is there. And apart from these things, things are like, if you wanna, you will be getting promotions. You have the complete right. You always have in India as well. But we casually talk about promotions. Like, hey boss, when are you getting me promoted? Am I doing good, or like what am I supposed to do? I can casually ask her. But I will get scolding. That's a different story because I have not worked much on that area. Like I have to. So for this, let's say there are like 10 tick marks you need to tick. I have only done 3. I cannot go and ask for promotion at this point, right? So those kind of things. But otherwise, the peers are really helpful. Personally, it's been 11 years in the UK. I have never encountered even a single um, racist remarks or racism here, which I feel like I'm fortunate in that case. But I have seen a lot of people talking about these things like it is bad when you work for shops or something like that, which I completely object because you came here for a professional study. Let's say there is a data scientist. The data scientist will already have a couple of years of experience or couple of like lot of knowledge in their subject. They come here for masters and then they go work in a shop like selling things or something like that for liveliness. Like, dude, you might know amazingly Python, Power BI or something like that. Why can't you monetize on that thing? Like you learned something, you have a talent, monetize on that thing. This is for all the new joiners coming to the UK to study. Take it seriously. You don't want to go for a shop or you don't want to take the plates. You don't want to work in a restaurant while you can make a REST API.
Mm.
Do the REST API, not the restaurant thing. So something like that.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of students like working maybe as a cab driver or on a petrol pump.
Exactly. There's no cab driver here.
They
No. Restaurant
they get
workers are like there are maximum and Amazon parcel delivery person. They can say proudly, I am working at Amazon. But no,
yeah,
not good.
and they get a good pay per hour. I think in your country.
Current national minimum wage is like 12 pounds, which is 1,200 rupees per hour. Decent pay. Not even as a fresher, I got it in IT. But again, I told you about the skill based job versus labor based job. Five
Yeah,
years
yeah.
later, see, first thing, you can't concentrate on other things or studies when you're going for a part time job. So try to bite your fingers and study and concentrate on your career. I do understand it comes with a luxury, but wait, when you're getting a visa, you would be getting the visa on your loan, right? You have the money. The money will cover the tuition fees and your living expenses. Please use that. I do understand that it is going to be tough, but starting salaries in the UK are like 45 lakhs per annum, and out of London, it is like at least 40 lakhs per annum for the right people. So if you are a master's degree person, that is more than enough to finish off your loan in 1 year and earn more. Like I bought my own house here after, like I could have bought it like within 3 years of my starting to earn. I was scared or like it's my personal issue that I did not buy for the next 7 years. But you could have you could have had a better life. Like don't go for a part-time job that is not under your professional studies. Don't do any labor-based jobs. Do it only when you're like you can't do anything or something like that. But there are like so many opportunities. People say that in the UK there is no opportunities, recession is there, etc., etc. Just make sure you are made up for that. Like today I was a nobody. I'm giving talks in multiple places. You are interviewing me. I'm in this scenario in this side. So how does that happen? You keep learning things. You keep focusing on things that you are mainly working on. Your main
Mm.
professional stuff and stuff like that. So don't miss on other things. This is what I would say.
Yeah, that's what I want to. I would suggest that ki you started from nobody, from zero. Suppose this is the zero. You kept on growing, kept on changing companies, and today you are here. That's it called year on year upskilling. That is building yourself. But if a person from India gets to a foreign country, they start doing a per hour wage job or labor
Why?
job.
Who started this concept? You go to a new country, you go ask
Most
for restaurants, I am ready to clean. Why? You are a data scientist for the record. Like,
most
why can't you stop?
see, most of the youth, Indian youth who is going to foreign right now,
Yeah,
why are they going? Because they are not data scientists. I know you are passionate about
technology.
enough
But no.
for coding technology.
Yeah.
They are not coders. They hesitate to code. They They don't want to write a C program. They don't want to put their brains in on the keyboard and mouse.
If that is the case, then okay, whatever you are doing, do it. But it is, I feel bad.
They do this for because the per hour wage is good enough, but I don't think they will be where you are in 10 years. The per hour wage may grow year on year, but they will not grow. They will keep working as a labor. They will keep sending money to
So
their
where I
home.
am in 10 years, they will be achieving it in 50 years. Do you want that? That's what will happen. That is what will happen. You won't fall, you won't drown, you will survive, but you can't build a ship. I built a ship, but you will be still surviving. That is what I would say the difference between me and if you're doing this. And I do understand that you can actually shout at me for those people who are saying, listening to this and tell me there are no opportunities, Praveen. Why you're just blabbering things? You are lucky. The term lucky is you don't deserve it where you are. No, you make your opportunity. You're hungry today, go make your meal yourself. I do understand that Indian upbringing makes us expect a lot from others when you get married from your wife, when you're not married from your father, mother. But when you're out of your comfort zone, you will grow. As simple as that. I made sure that there are opportunities for me. I made opportunities to come to me, something like that. So I go to a meetup. I can just go have food, take some pictures,
Mm.
be happy,
Yeah,
and then come back. But at the same time, I can also tell that, hey, I'm Praveen, I'm doing all these things. I just saw your presentation. You are working on this particular concept. I can be a solution to you. I don't want you to pay me and all, but I'm also looking for a job. That's a different story. But I'm very much interested in working on this. You're not telling, sir, please give me a job. No, you're not telling that. But that person will give a job to you, right? You're telling, I am the solution for your problem. Whereas the other people, like for those people who are just coming and saying, sir, please give me a job, they're saying, sir, I have a problem, please be a solution. That's the opposite. So obviously you will, like, there are like so many people who are looking
yeah.
for jobs. Yes. Even I'm looking for a job, you're looking for a job, that person is looking for a job. But I told in such a way that I will be a solution to your problem and I have the solution. This is the solution. This is what I worked on last week and I'm passionate about it. Giving that person a confidence that I would be the right person to get a job. Do that. If you
I
don't,
think the problem is people are not passionate
yes,
enough about the project.
and they're
They
expecting these
maybe
things.
whatever work they do, they want just money.
Yes,
They're not passionate about the project, about giving people solutions. That's where the problem lies, I think.
that's true. Yeah, something should change. Somehow, something should change. Please, you be the change. You, one of you,
Yeah,
every one of you who is coming to study in the UK, US, Australia, all the other countries, all the
even
countries
in
are
your even
all the,
in India, explore.
everywhere. All the countries, including India, are looking at Indians in a much big respect. Obviously, 80% of the people come here, do labor work, get what they want, and go away. But there are 20% who have become
Mm,
Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai. All these people came to the US, like Satya and Sundar, they both came to the US as a student. Probably, I believe, yeah, both of them are like Sundar Pichai is a student. I don't know whether he did all these odd jobs, but he's now the CEO of the company that actually controls the whole world. Tomorrow there will be no future if something goes wrong, and it's there in Sundar Pichai's hands at this right moment. He can screw up the entire world, entire technology. Like
yeah,
everyone just goes to Google to just start their day, start their session. That can be ruined
yeah.
by a single person. At the same time, he has done the same thing as well. He has done an amazing thing as well.
That's what that's what increased the respect of India, right? Doing those labor jobs just for money, that that's not for a broader perspective. That's for only for you. You are making a chunk of money, not increasing the respect, not representing your country broad.
Again, it's not about like you be patriotic, make your country proud, screw all these things. You have to survive yourself, right? You want to
Yeah.
work for 50,000 tomorrow, or you want to work for 50 lakhs tomorrow. It's in your hands, something like that.
Yeah. Let's move to the next section where I would personally want to know, you are a Microsoft most valuable professional, if
I
I'm
was.
right.
I'm
Okay,
trying
so
my best to get another time.
cool. So, what does it takes to be a Microsoft MVP? What's the process? What are the
Basically, you
skills
have to
required?
be, again, you have to be passionate on all the things that you work on. Like, for example, I'm passionate on JavaScript and all the internet related web technologies. So, this is something that I have been showcasing myself, like, hey, I'm passionate because I do these things. Look at my last video from LinkedIn or YouTube or something like that. I made a kind of like a navigation bar that has got a problem. A friend of mine called me up and said, hey Praveen, I have got this problem. Not just helping her, I also created a complete video about what happened, why it happened, how to avoid it, what is the solution. So this is the passionate I carry. So I do something good for the greater number of people. So this is one of the core things that Microsoft looks at when you are being applying, you are being nominated for MVP. And nominations that can be done by Microsoft employees. So you have to find a Microsoft employee who trusts you, understands you, and nominates you for the Microsoft MVP program. What else? These are the two main things. So just be vocal on your LinkedIn, Twitter, all the social media. Take your brand in front. My brand is, my wife is JavaScript, my girlfriend is React.js. I'm a full stack developer. So that is the brand that I carry everywhere. So you should have a brand. You will have a brand. So find what is great about you. Do that. Get the brand out. So not just Microsoft, there is Google developer experts, Microsoft most valuable programs, Azure experts. There are like so many programs like this. There is also Kubestronaut. I recently heard about that Kubernetes related stuff. And Kunal and other people have also been advocating about open source, how good it is. Eddie Jody is the god of open source. So a lot of things are in that as well. So find out, find where you stand or something like that. So that actually is a huge thing.
What are the benefits of being a MVP? Like, do they
Free
pay you
Microsoft
or
products.
okay, in free
And
everything?
Microsoft products, I mean, even LinkedIn, GitHub, you get free premium, GitHub Pro, developer edition, everything. And then you get a recognition that is recognized by a huge company called Microsoft. You get to talk to a lot of people. You get, because Microsoft recognizes you as a amazing person, Google might recognize you as a Google developer expert as well. So a lot of things are beneficial. When Google respects you and your talents, you might get even Google Play cards for free money, a lot of things.
Yeah.
And if you tell all these things in your company, a promotion.
Cool. So you have been, you hold a Guinness World Record.
Sorry.
Uh, Guinness World Record. I think you have
12,
what?
13 years ago, Microsoft App Fest happened. Windows 8 App Fest happened in Bengaluru, in Hotel Lalit Ashok. I don't remember much of the details. I was a part of that, and it was a Guinness record event where there were a lot of developers under one roof in 2012, and that's why I got a Guinness World Record. So the record is there, the certificate is there in my Facebook profile. I'll try to post it someday on my LinkedIn so people can have a look at it and feel whatever they want to feel. Yes.
Cool. What's your take on AI? The
Scary.
future of
Absolutely scary. So first thing, what it makes me fear is, if you are stuck in a coding problem, you ask ChatGPT. No, don't do that. ChatGPT can be misleading. It's worse than
uh,
going to W3 schools. I'm not blaming ChatGPT. It's amazing, but no, don't do that for learning. If you don't know something, don't go to that. That is wrong. And I have been a victim of that, getting wrong information, submitting it to the company, and getting a huge embarrassment. I don't want you to get that. Second thing, uh, AI is not going to take over anything. A person using AI can take over 50 people's jobs. So try to be adapting your AI skills, start adapting it in your daily needs, but don't over depend on it. Be the normal human that you are, along with whatever the AI thing comes up. These things might help.
Awesome. Obviously, human intelligence is needed. If you blindly give the problem to ChatGPT, get the solution, and you just copy paste the solution, obviously
It
it
will
may be
not be the
wrong.
right thing.
They also say that GPT can make mistakes. Then
Exactly.
you are the only one responsible for what happens.
And moreover, the lot of things that are happening here is garbage in and garbage out. The internet is full of garbages. 80% garbage, 20% amazing information, and that 20% is huge. So the AI doesn't have that common sense to split between the garbage and the right information. That's why we have got things like critic GPT and other things, which actually critiques the output of GPTs. And then that gives you an idea like, oh, I'm making a mistake here, something like that.
You also told me that you tried startups and maybe failed.
It's been a decade when I was in India. So I have been creating this amazing tech startup called Praveen Tech Research Labs, then Praveen Tech University, and a lot of ideas I had. But unfortunately, because of my work nature, I couldn't pursue anything. Time, work, everything messed up. And then I thought, okay, why there is no meaning in if you're not being appreciated or if you don't get a good result, obviously that's not going to come back. So there are three companies that I started and then unfortunately failed miserably. I understood that I'm not the entrepreneurial kind of a person, so I thought, okay, it's fine, at least I tried. And I was able to impact a couple of people. I did not succeed, it's fine, it's okay, but I did try.
Cool. Do you read books?
I don't read books, but I have read a few books which I can share. My first book was The Cry of a Cat by R.L. Stein Goosebumps. After reading that, I actually read it, binge read that, and I was like scared for almost like a week's time. I was a kid back then. Then the next book was PHP 5 for Dummies by Janet Valladay. That gave me like, Janet Valladay, are you still alive? I will give my entire career to you. That's how you impacted me in my life. I learned PHP and MySQL through that, and then I was very much successful in it. And then the third book I would say is How I Braved Anu Auntie and co-founded $1 million company. That gave me a huge motivation on doing a lot of things. And there is also a video, a parody video by Anu Auntie. Just search in YouTube for Anu Auntie video, and then you will be getting that amazing video by, it is starring the writer of the book, Varun Agarwal, Smanak. He's one of the stand-up comedians, and the main person, Sumiki Suresh. She's an amazing another comedian as well. She works in the Hindi movies and other things. So that video was amazing. So that was my third book, and my dad bought me these books, Stephen R. Covey's Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, then Power of Money, Psychology of Money, and then a couple of books. Ultimate Guide, the 42 book 42. Yeah, I never touched those four books yet. I know, like the last book I read was Anu Auntie's book. That was really nice. Very much thought provoking. It actually, even that changed my life. The very idea of setting up an idli shop in the mid of Canary Wharf for Oxford Circus came from that idea. I'll soon do that. I'll earn more than the director or the CEO of an IT company, a successful IT company, just by selling idlis. But yeah, let's see. It's a distant future dream. We'll see how things are going on because I'm very passionate on cooking and cooking South Indian food. So let's see how it goes.
So why don't you think to start something like cooking? Do you have a free time where you can put some stall
I
or
cook for
shop?
myself, but I don't have the free time. That's the only thing that is extremely costly for me. I want more time. I just need time to sleep. Even today, I did not sleep
Why not sleep? Like uh, how
because
much
I
hard is your work?
yesterday there was some Diwali party. So I went to a Diwali party after like what 7 8 months without any entertainment. So this was one amazing entertainment that I had yesterday. And then because yeah, obviously I want to enjoy as well. So coming home, it was like 1 a.m. in the morning, midnight, and then it was like almost 2 2:30 a.m. to sleep. Got up at 6:30 a.m. Just 4 hours of sleep and started setting up all these stream and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Pretty much a day usually goes this way for me.
Oh, sad. Cool. So one naughty question which I forgot to ask in between is,
For it,
what would you do and how will you manage if you get fired today?
scary question, not a naughty question. So after telling all these things, I would like to emphasize more on your network is your net worth. So I strongly believe in it. I have been showcasing my skill sets on LinkedIn and Twitter, X platform, and hopefully, nothing bad happens because my current company, I love the company, I love the people there, I love my managers, I love my peers. It's one of the best things. I hope I don't get fired in the next 20 years. I don't want to get out of this company as well. Company, if you're looking at it, make a note of it. I don't want to get out of this company at all. And in that case, even if something bad happens out of everyone's control, I feel that my network will help me. I have been sharing all the things that I know that I have been doing on LinkedIn. It's actually my living resume. So for those people who want a hefty salary, start connecting with people, start showcasing your skills on different platforms. That will definitely help you. I have been offered almost 6 roles more than what my company offered. Like my company, the current company that offered a lot, like slightly higher. So and moreover, um, I'm really passionate about the work they do. So I just joined this company, but the competition was like 6 companies offered me almost similar money. So if you want to earn money, if you are passionate, show that passion outside by sharing your work on LinkedIn, Twitter. Don't take it as a work kind of a thing. It's your passion. You like it. Do that.
Why do you love your company so much? Like,
The way the people treat me, it's amazing. So that's the main reason. It's because of the people in the company. Although couple of days I get into bad things, it's just because of me. What would your boss do when for almost like 2 days you're not working and you're not doing anything? Won't she get mad at you? Same. So those things are also there, but she always takes care of me and my career. That's why I don't want to leave this.
cool. Do you watch movies? Can you suggest us any
A
best?
lot, but most of them are South Indian movies, Tamil movies. But nowadays, everything comes in all the 4 languages, right? But my favorite movie, I would say, basically, someone yesterday talked to me about that. I really liked a movie called Coherence. It is, I'm basically a science lover. That's why my name is like Praveen Science in all the online platforms. So, yeah, Coherence is a movie that I loved it, like the way it happens. Although it is fictional, I would sometimes think if there was multiverses and we could see another multiverse where another Praveen will be like probably a CEO of Microsoft or something. I don't know how that Praveen works. So yeah, I always look forward for such kind of movies. Obviously, I love Three Idiots. The Tamil version is Nanban, motivated me a lot. Um, Yeah, pretty much these are the movies. Then there are like the sentimental movies as well, but these two movies I could always say relate to whenever. I Robo, my favorite movie. Terminator, again, a robotics favorite movie. Similar genre, we had Robot in India, in all the other
Yeah.
languages, and Endiran in Tamil. I really loved. Talaivar is Talaivar. I am a huge fan of Rajnikant. So that's one thing. And apart from these things, I don't see other movies. They are great. I like all the Vijay movies and stuff like that. But um, there is also Tala versus Talabadi. I like both the movies. I look at the content, not the actors, but still some actors are very special and close to me, close to my heart. For example, yeah, that's fine. That's it. I had some crush, but that is no more relevant right now. She's getting married. She got a boyfriend. So
Oh,
no, not answering it. But pretty much a lot of people who know me know who is my favorite heroine. So yeah.
this is the saddest part of life. Okay, try to end the conversation we have talking about pain aloud. Looking back, is there anything you wish you have done differently on your journey till now?
I got an amazing answer from my friend yesterday when we were looking at all those questions. She was the one who was telling about the coherence and other things. I wouldn't have said about that movie today if not for her. Um, what would I have done? Yeah, she answered me something. I totally forgot about that. Anyway, yeah, what would I have done? I would have. Okay, yeah, I remember now. She said I should have born to a British parent because I love this country so much. Because of the way they treat me and stuff like that, how people are treated here. Although this country has got a lot of problems, I still love my Indian parents. I would have born Indian. That's not the place where I would have changed. Pretty much, I have got a huge list of things. If I had a time machine, I will go and tell my past self. Probably I would have said, Praveen, engineering is not the future. Go learn cooking, become a cook, become a YouTuber.
Okay, one last question. What you said that there are few problems in your country. Can you list what do you hate?
Obviously, sorry, NHS. Obviously, NHS, the National Health Service. My dad is very scared. He has got like a long term visa. He can come anytime and go anytime, but he's afraid of staying long term because the medical services are not helpful. It might not be good for him. So that is something that this country can look forward. And a lot of people are, no, I don't want to say anything, then I will lose my job. It is because of that I'm having a job. So, yeah, sorry. These are the things. Yeah, pretty much. If you talk in general, the inflation rate is extremely low here, which means in India, if you're getting like 10% or 20% hike, here you would get a maximum of 2% hike. That's how the inflation rate is, and people are pretty much happy with their salaries. Even I'm happy with the salary, but again, when I have this so much crore loan for the house, obviously a bit of promotion will be helpful. Boss, please do something.
Only 2% hike
That's the
per
maximum.
year.
Yeah, that is the maximum. The reason it is directly proportional with the purchase power parity, inflation rates, bank interest rates, etc. How much is a bank interest rate in India? Generally, you tell me. Education,
7%.
huh?
Around 7.
Around 7%. Education loan, how much is the interest?
No, my GK is weak.
25%, I believe. 20 to 25%. So in the UK, bank interest are like 1.2 percentage.
Sad. Isn't this sad?
Don't invest here, invest in India. You'll get 10% returns back if you're a senior citizen.
Yeah.
That is there. So that's one of the things. I don't say this has to change because this should not change. 1% inflation is great, because if it gets inflation and it becomes a real problem for the countries and stuff like that. And one more thing for everyone, I don't like to be called or addressed as sir because it's a honorific title in the UK and in most of the countries. I'm not eligible to be called or addressed with the title sir. So don't call me sir, even if it is out of respect. I have a beautiful name that I love. Call me Praveen. So my LinkedIn ID, yes, I guess Mayank can share. There is a lot of people who are asking about
Sure,
my
sure.
LinkedIn. Yeah, why is that not being put in the description or something? Could have been there, right? So probably
Yeah,
add it.
sure.
I asked you to change the description as well. You messed up.
I have shared in the like in the chat.
You. So my LinkedIn address is shared in the link. So connect with me. I'm always happy to connect with new people. I'm always happy to talk about careers. If you're coming to the UK, I can guide you and stuff like that. If you want to know more about careers and stuff like that, absolutely hit me up. WhatsApp, I'm always ready. LinkedIn, I'm always ready as well.
Awesome, awesome. So I think that was a inspirational talk with you,
Thank
and
you.
people also liked it. People also enjoyed it.
How many of you want a second part? Do we have a second part for this by any chance? I mean, if you have any questions more,
Yeah, yeah,
we can have a second part. So, how many of you, I mean, people who are watching here, if you want a second part, we get like 5 second parts, part two or something like that. Let's think about it. Strategy.
yeah,
Not many people are watching at this point. That's why I just wanted to see if how many people are watching right now. There are only 6 people watching. So, possibly we might not get that. So we can do a second part in a different way. We can do a workshop
yeah,
which I'm so happy and I love doing workshops. So that is something that we can do.
yeah. This was a kind of a general talk,
Mhm.
and the upcoming talks may be on a particular
Mhm.
dedicated topic. You can say we can
Absolutely. I'm ready for
do.
that.
Yeah, cool. Then, thank you for giving your time.
Amazing.
It was
Thank
a
you so
great
much,
talking to you.
Mayank, for spending the almost like 2 hours or 2.5 hours now. It was
Uh,
really good. Questions were
Learned
really
a lot.
I'm scared that if
Thank
someone is like looking at it and taking it in a wrong way, that is when everything goes bad. But fine, everything is good.
No, I don't think we talked anything controversial, or maybe
Yeah,
we did. We talked reality.
I have
We
tried
talked.
my level best to not to fry anyone online. At the same time, backbitch anyone, but some things might have come out of my personal rant, but it's just a rant. Please take it in a positive way and then improve
Mhm.
yourself for the betterment of your employees or something like that might work. So yeah,
Cool. And thanks for the session. Thanks for coming.
connect with
I
me on
think
LinkedIn and check out my YouTube channel. It has got some amazing things. Subscribe to this channel and my channel will be amazing. Please go ahead, hit the subscribe, hit the like if you like it.
cool. Then I think we can end the live stream.
Thanks everyone. See you. Take care. Take care of your health and see ya.
And
Bye.
bye bye.